Excellencies, distinguished guests, and participants. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and a very good morning to all of you. We are delighted to welcome all of you to Engineering webinar of the first series of Global Keynote 2023. My name is Sarina binti Jantan, and I will be the MC for today's event. On behalf of the organizing committee, we extend our appreciation for your presence today. Before we proceed, I have a few housekeeping notes to make. First, you are encouraged to give your reactions during the program in the chat box. Second, should you have any questions, you can ask away during the Q&A sessions in the chat box. And lastly, please remember to fill in the entrance survey form provided on the screen and the feedback form afterwards.
Hello.
Hello, Assalamualaikum, Professor. Good
Walaikum
morning.
Assalam. Good morning.
Good morning. So, shall I start?
Yes, of course, you may.
Okay. Excellencies, distinguished guests, and participants, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and a very good morning to all of you. We are delighted to welcome all of you to Engineering Webinar, the first series of Global Keynote 2023. My name is Arina Binti Jantan, and I will be the MC for today's event. On behalf of the organizing committee, we extend our appreciation for your presence today. Before we proceed, I have a few housekeeping notes to make. First, you are encouraged to give your reaction during the program in the chat box. Second, should you have any question, you can ask away during the Q&A sessions in the chat box. Lastly, please remember to fill in the entrance survey form provided on the screen and the feedback form afterwards. Ladies and gentlemen, Global Keynote is an international program and a collaboration between School of Chemical Engineering Student Society, PERCA, PSSKM, and PMKE, which is hosted by University Technology Mara UITM in Malaysia. The first series is focused on giving a glimpse into Society 5.0, where it is proposed next evolution of our society, where human challenges are solved by incorporating the innovations of the fourth industrial revolution, such as the artificial intelligence, the internet usage and the big data, as well as robotics into every aspect of industry and social life. Our intention in conducting this seminar is to discover the path towards achieving various societal vision through diverse perspectives and to explore the diverse perspectives on achieving its vision. In this globalization era, we can form a transformative environment where innovation and inclusivity thrive, especially through a harmonious integration of technology, humanity, and sustainability. So before our session start, please allow me to briefly introduce our guest, Engineering Professor Dr. Abdul Sattar Saand. Professor Abdul Sattar Saand is currently working as a professional motivator, mentor, and researcher. He possesses a wide knowledge regarding the definitions of Society 5.0 as well as the strategies to achieve the visions for a better future. He is invited for that very reason so that we can learn how to attain the vision of Society 5.0 for future growth in Malaysia. Without further ado, please welcome Professor Abdul Sattar. The floor is yours.
Thank you, Arina.
Welcome.
Should I start?
Yes, you may, sir.
Yes. Thank you very much for inviting me as a keynote speaker in the very important event today. And I'm really happy and proud to be the part of your this conference scheme because I am already the product of Malaysia and I graduated from Malaysia. So formally, my name is Abdul Sattar. I am actually electrical graduate engineer. I graduated from Pakistan in 1999 and started my career as a teacher from a very best university of Pakistan, that was NAD University, Karachi, St. Pakistan. And after working 2 years over there, I left the company and tried to get the experience and professional skills and experience from an industry. I joined the Pakistan's largest telecom company owned by government, like the Malaysian Telecom. And I worked over there for more than 8 years in that industry, telecom industry. It was a great experience for me to gain whatever I studied in my undergraduate level and to get touch of the engineering profession. So I worked over there as a technical engineer, as a technical manager, as an entrepreneur, and many things you can say, a project manager. So after getting a great experience from that company and trained nationally, internationally from China, Dubai, and many other countries, I decided to rejoin the university and to deliver whatever I want learned from the industry and wanted to give something to the new generation that wants to be the pillar of the nation at the local level and international level. So in 2009, I resigned the professional job that was telecom engineer and joined as university, the university where from I got my bachelor's degree. It is situated in a suburban area of the Pakistan and state that is in. At that time I used to live a big city of the uh, Pakistan, that is the Karachi, and still my family is there. But I decided to contribute in the university where it was needed. I mean that Karachi is a big city. There's a great opportunity for the people living in the Karachi, having multiple options. But I decided to be in a suburban area where the students coming in that university from the rural area, from the very poor areas of the country, and particularly in our state. So I started career again as a teacher from the university. The name is Quaid-e-Awam University of Engineering Science and Technology. I enjoyed over there to teach something that was actually what is required to teach and what is required to learn. That there was a great difference. When I was learning, I was studying, I was getting my education. Most of my teacher was from the university. Mostly it's the tradition whenever you are going to get a degree from any university and you get the good grades based on some knowing and fundamental knowledge. So then on that fundamental knowledge, you are just uh, going to deliver something on the best of that knowledge only. No experience, no professionalism, no out of box things. What the real society is requiring from you, what kind of skills is needed for you to gain in the university. Either the university is in the position to provide that kind of the skills within the university during your learning process. So when I rejoined the university, it was totally new for the student that whatever you study at the university level, either it works in the industry or not. So I myself I checked that it was a great impact on the student's personality and the learning style. So when I joined university, I had only the masters of engineering, and due to my profession, I did my masters in communication systems and networking from another university of the Pakistan that is also great and good university and big university, that is the Mera University of Engineering Science and Technology, Jamshoro, that is in city, another city that is Hyderabad. So after working 2 years at the university, I decided to have a degree, uh, that is the PhD, to get the more learning experience based on some research and in-depth studies. I started to apply in various countries to have that opportunity and have an opportunity or to grab an opportunity because we actually belong with a developing country. I will try hunt for having some scholarship and other things. But I became really what was my fortune, and I was really lucky that I got offer letters from the two Malaysian university. One was the UTM and other was the UTP, University Technology Malaysia, and another the University Technology Petronas in Perak State. A very beautiful university, very good place to live and study. So I prefer to join the University Technology Petronas because at that time they were offering some monthly stipend on the form of graduate assistance GA and tuition fee waiver in the form of teaching you are going to teach over there. So I got to benefit that in the 6 month I was supposed to teach over there for 72 hours for my tuition fee waiver and it was great experience again to teach in an international university and for doing the research they were giving us some reasonable amount. When I joined the university, I brought my family over there within 1 month, and they also stayed. And my children that at that time were uh, the age of 7 to 6 years, and they also got admission in the government school of the Malaysia in the Perak. So it was a great experience and a great place for me to learn and to learn. And fortunately, when I was at the University of Technology Petronas, we have had the students from various countries of the world, but almost 42 countries from the world who were doing masters and PhD at that time and that university. The number of the graduate students were more than 800 at that time. Postgraduate student, master and PhD. So it was a great opportunity to meet, to learn, to get the knowledge of various cultures and skills and attitude of the people. So it was a little village, global village at that time. It started from September 2011 to the 2016. I completed my PhD in January 2016 and then decided to come back and serve my university. So Alhamdulillah, I joined the university again in January 2016 and became full professor in 2018. And after that, an assignment was given to me, responsibility given to me of the head of Department of Electrical Engineering at Quaid-e-Awam University. And this is my second tenure. I am working over there. And at trying at my level best, whatever I have learned from the industry and from the society, from the institutions, in the form of trainings, in the form of formal education and formal education, try to contribute my part in the form of delivering something, in, in the form of keynote speakers, in the form of conferences, in the form of publications, and many more as I can. So thank you very much for inviting me and giving me this opportunity to talk to you people regarding a very important topic of the today, on that our future generations future is dependent, because sometimes we are not required or supposed or in the position to transform our mind, to transform our lives, to transform our environment. But with respect to time, if we don't, but with respect to time, things have been changed. So when the time is changing, so we have automatically to cope with that time. We cannot say that the time of 20 years ago was the very best time. We can say this time is again much more better than that time. It is our inspiration. And actually this is because whatever I have in my hand, it was not 20 years ago in my hand. It was not 25 years ago in my hand. Whatever I can do by using this, everybody knows this is a miracle. And this is miracle is due to the technology. This miracle is due to the technology. So when we talk about the new technologies and invention of new technologies, emerging of new technologies that helping us to improve our lives actually. Sometimes we say that no. 50 years ago we were very comfortable. But I say that 50 years ago we were working in the farm, in the field. We were farming something. And that time that industry was set with the industry or society 1.0. Before that, it was 1.0. When for our living purpose, we were just hunting. We were hunting and getting the food and killing some animals and eating their flesh. And that society was the society oh, 1.0. It was titled like that. When our requirement were increasing, and then we can say that another society came into the being. That society was titled as a society 2.0, and that was the farming society, in which we started to farm something in the field, like the fruit and other wheat and many other things. Then, with respect to time, again, I'm with respect to time, as the time was changing, our requirements, our demands are increasing. As we demand something new, and we invent something, something come in front of us. Whenever we think, if we are imagining that after 2 years I am planning Alhamdulillah for the Umrah, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala help us to manage the things for us, and we go for the Umrah or some other trip, international trip we wish to visit any country. So as we wish something, if we demand something, we create something, we invent something, and we use that, and that becomes the important part of our society. That society, the people we are living, and become the social issues and social requirement. To meet these social requirements, things are being invented, and we are growing, growing, growing. We are not going back. We are growing, growing what in terms of technology, because this is technological era. We, so when I said that we have the society 2.0, then we entered into society 3.0. That was the mechanical industry society. Mechanical industry, industrial revolution came, and people started to produce the productions in the various forms. After the 20 years, then people entered into the IT society, a digital society, and that society was said to be the society 4.0. Then when society, now we are in the society 4.0. Before the society 5.0, and when we had the only the mobile in 95, 96, 98, it was not just like this mobile. It was a big mobile, and that mobile was only used for the hello, for transformation of the only the voice signals to be communicated through the voice, through the telephone, for our telephone. And we were fixed with a PSTN telephone network, public switch telephone network. It was fixed in the office or at home. But when we demanded that we need the mobility, we are arrested in our office to get your call and to be in contact. So we got the freedom when the our requirement was increased. What requirement? We wanted a freedom and that communication area. Then the scientists, researchers started to study the wireless communication. It was already before they started, but what they were required to invent or create, it was the mobile. Then mobile came into the market, and that gave us the freedom from the to be arrested on a desk or one batch or one in an office, single office, all the time, duty office hour or at the home. When we got the freedom, and then we said that it is again considered as a mechanical industry 3.0. Then data or text was introduced. After the that text, we said that no, we need the internet connectivity. Internet was invented, and we got the internet connectivity. Now we are totally depending on this internet. Today, what this internet subscription, we are connected together, and I am delivering the lecture. I have no need to come to Malaysia now, but I am virtually in the world. Now, this virtuality is actually the new society. This is decreasing the gap between you and me. As I can say that due to this invention, this is society, this services, these applications had decreased the space between you and me, and that is said to be virtual. Virtually, we are connected. It is the actually fusion of the cyberspace and the physical space. Whenever we two people are connected together and listening to each other, talking to each other, having no difference that either I am in the Malaysia in front of you physically or virtually. That is actually fusion. That fusion had merged the cyberspace and physical space. When we have got two merger, one is the physical space and other the virtual space, then that is said to be the new society, and that is the society 5.0. What are these benefits? Why we said that the society 5.0, and why we are entering? Because we have already facilitated by using the society 4.0, and we are enjoying it, still enjoying it. Everything, mobile, um, uh, uh, telephone call, video, audio, television, news, banking, interaction, learning, everything is in our hand. And that is actually the uh, pushing us towards the virtuality. So, by using these technologies, we are actually facilitating the society. Society is getting more benefit and we can handle the social problems of the society by using this type of technology. When I say that when there is a merger of the physical uh, space to the cyberspace, then that is cyber technology. So how society 5.0 works, how we can meet these requirements, how the developing countries can shift their uh, systems, education, requirement, social life, business, energy, and so many things. By using this technology, we are going to see step by step, right, step. And I am sharing my presentation over here. That will give you the broad idea. Is it visible, Arena? Is it visible?
No, I cannot see your
Yeah.
screen. I think you haven't like pressed the present,
I have
the
uploaded.
present
I
button.
have uploaded it, but look.
Okay, let me let our team check.
Hmm.
Can you see like the present button uh on the stream yet?
I am looking at my.
Okay, we can see it now.
Yeah, it's coming now. Yes. Yeah. The title that I selected for today, it was just a brief intro about me and the to talk of today talk, and it is unleashing the potentials of society 5.0, attaining a vision for better future from multiple standpoints. My name is Professor Dr. Sattar Saand, did PhD from UTP, Malaysia in 2016, working as a professor and HOD at Electric Engineering Department, Quaid-e-Awam University, Nawab Shah, Sindh, Pakistan. Formerly, I was lecturer at Engr. University, Karachi, and a former senior engineer telecom, and branch counselor of IEEE student branch, senior member IEEE, and member of another organization trying to contribute my to the community on the various platform. Abstract already read by the arena. Now, toward Society 5.0. And before that, everybody is supposed to ask me what is the Society 5.0. So basically, concept of Society 5.0 is a centered on human well-being. Well-being means we want to facilitate the society in various perspectives. If you are already known, maybe you have got some great ideas in your university, and your curriculum is totally depending or meeting the requirements of sustainable development goal proposed by the United Nations and targeted to complete or fully in 2030. They are the target of the United Nations, and we have 17 sustainable development goals. So it is not important that we are going to contribute an hourly goal, but we have to contribute. If we are the university, then we have also to contribute. When we are the student, again we have to learn the things that we can contribute after graduation. We will have to be part of that sustainable development goal of the world and our country, our nation, our institutions, our family as well. So it is center for the well-being and happiness of the human beings. Actually, why? How we can say society 5.0? And it is sometimes it is said to be the totally technological based society. And at the beginning, we are going to talk about that it is centered the well-being and happiness of the human being, and ensuring that no one is left behind as expressed in the United Nations. It means that no one is left behind. Means everybody should have there no poverty, there should be equality, there should be no disease, there should be no environmental issues, and there will be no um, energy issues, clean water, good health. There's a great list of uh, sustainable of the United Nations. So, Family Society 5.10 is defined as the human-centered society, focusing on the problems of the society. And that Society 5.0 is being developed by keeping in mind all the Sustainable Development Goal of the United Nations that balances economic advancement with the resolution of social problems by solving these social problems by a system that highly integrates cyberspace and physical space. Whatever I am doing today, I want physically available in any space. My system, my air condition, my any mechanical system, any chemical system, any electrician working over there. And I am in my office, I am in my room, I am at my home, I am at my institution, monitoring and getting the information in that specific area and connected that physical area where from I want to collect the data and want to monitor, study, and analysis. And that connectivity of the physical space with the cyberspace, that's a totally digital space, is said to be the Society 5.0. So it labels the current information society as the Society 4.0. As I said, that is the information society, yeah, ICC society. Previously, industrial society 3.0, which were preceded by the Society 2.0, farming society, and the Society 1.0, that was the hunting society. So life started from the hunting society and migrated to the farming society, then migrated to the Society 3.0, that is the industrial society, and from industrial we migrated to the Society 4.0, that is the IT society, ICT society, Information and Communication Technology Society, and now from that society we are going to why shifting to Society 5.0? Because in Society 4.0 we can collect the data, we can store the data, but we cannot have the merger of the data. Remote sensing is not there, remotely access is not there, remote analysis is not there. Just we are going to store something in a cloud or something that is stored over there. Everybody don't have the access to that information. But what will happen in Society 5.0 when you are gathering the information from various sources? All the information will be stored in the cloud, and every society member, every person have access to that one. Similarly, as we can get the one example of the ChatGPT. ChatGPT is a module program. If sometime I write in the ChatGPT, I love you, he replied me that I'm thankful. Thank you so much for your care and love. But I'm sorry, I'm a model program. I cannot reflect you the same thing as you. But again, I'm thankful to you. It is programmed. There are several billion artificial neural networks are connected together and responding to us. How they are getting information? They have a billion and a trillion of the data in the chat GPT. Whatever we are going to talk them, they start to talk with us and reply with us. And in a beautiful way, in a new way, in a unique way, they reply us. It means that data is available there, but it is generating the information for us, whatever what we require. And everybody has the access to that data. And that is the first and great example of the Society 5.0, that we have the access to the information and data that is the collectively available on a common platform where from we can access the things. Another example, suppose we need a book to be downloaded from any server. Simply, we were using a platform that was PDF drive. What a PDF drive? It is not restricted for everyone. It is open for every open source. You are going to search a book and download it. Available for open source. One concept is the ways of something. One is the restricted source and one are the open source. Open source means open for all. Restricted means it is restricted. You have to subscribe it. One thing is no need to subscription. One is got to be subscribed. Means you have to pay something to download something. But open source means everybody is allowed. In the Google app, you can download many free applications. Are using it. It is totally free. And when we are going to use the applications of Zoom and other platforms with the minimum facility, it is open source. And but if you want to increase the applications and many things you want in that Zoom, having the complete conference rooms and the various rooms, waiting room, anything, then and live recording everything, then you have to pay something. But here, what will happen? In ChatGPT, you are going to allow to write whatever you want and get it from the system, from the and that is said to be the means a big data. A big data is available there, and whatever the person need, your problem that can be solved by using that type of the databases. One thing I would like to share personally, I am a head of department. I need many things on daily basis. So before the chat GPT, I was supposed to say something to my uh, assistant, my PA. They please write a letter for that purpose to the dean faculty or the vice chancellor or some other state. But now, and that person was used to write something, then then brought that draft to me, sir. Please check it now. It is correct or not? What I have to read, what I not read. I said, okay, no problem. Then I made some corrections. I was doing correcting it, then bringing to me again, wasting my time, wasting his, everything, and getting the delay, a lot of things. It was just a few months ago. But when the I got the account of ChatGPT and getting the basic things from the ChatGPT and just writing that, please write a submission note to the vice chancellor to approve these things for that purpose. Immediately, wonderfully, in a very great with a very great norm, he write the letter for me. I just see what is needed me in that letter and little bit, only minor correction sometimes, minor modifications. I get print and send it immediately within 2 minutes. Within 2 minutes, I get that. Sometime that letter was given to me by my assistant within 2 days. Sir, I'm doing it. Sir, I'm doing it. Sir, I'm doing it. But now, no, only. But what a great problem, big problem is being solved by that ChatGPT. And ChatGPT is based on the AI. AI technology, IoT technology, these all are part are contributing are developing the society 5.0. That's why I said that is the merger, integration, fusion of cyberspace, the digital space, and the physical space will combining together. There will be no difference and distance between these two. When these things are being developed, like the chat GPT, just we have access to the database only. But when we have the access to this every system, like mechanical energy power, any power plant, any processing chemical industry, any industry that is producing some vehicles, many things. And we are monitoring it, we are looking at it, we are getting the data information live from that running industry while sitting at our home, office, or university. And that is the merger of these two spaces, physical and cyber. Sometimes when you are getting the food panda at your home by the rider, but in future the rider will not be there, but maybe robot will be working for you, and mm, space shuttles will be or drone will be coming and bringing the things at your home when you are booking something that I need the food. The drone will come at your door and will be providing you these all services by using the data available or given by you, information given by you, feed by the uh, that company or some other source. So moving ahead, so in society 5.0, huge volume of data is generated. by using some sensors associated with people, things, and systems is accumulated in cyberspace. So all the data collected in a in a database through the sensors by the people, things, and system, and accumulated in the cyberspace in the form of big data. Sometimes you are hearing and at the universities and other platforms that go for the big data. People are doing masters, PhDs, and bachelors now in big data to understand how to generate that data, how to store that data, how to use that data, how make it accessible for the people. People are working on that and facilitating to us. So cyberspace thus becomes a common cooperative platform to connect not only people but also all kind of these things and systems existing in the physical space. Common for all. May everybody can use it. Suppose we are on the railway station and railway station everybody can come and have a ticket and travel in that area. But when you are going to hire a car for you, or it is dedicated for you only. It is not common for everyone. It is a private car or you are hired their car as a rent A car or rent B car like that. So cyberspace will be the common for every person, a common cooperative platform. Cooperative means why common? Common means everybody has the access to that. Means everybody will use it. And cooperative platform means it is not a single entity is working over there. Man, it is the integration of various technologies together and bringing a data in the form of big data and giving us the access to that data. So, uh, so the big data, and then big data contains so such volume of the data that its timely processing by human brain is impossible and requires artificial intelligence tools. So that is why ChatGPT is giving us the great answers, solving our problems because of the artificial intelligence is there. Artificial intelligence based modules are already deployed in that system and giving us the response in a near nanosecond. So the results obtained by processing the data by AI, artificial intelligence, are feedback to the physical space in various forms, such as knowledge we get to the human, a control command to the machine and the system. We can say AI-based robots are being developed. They are responding to you. Maybe you have seen that a few days ago, Elon Musk was having kissed to his robot, and that was totally AI-based. He was living with his robot girl and showing the impact of that technology actually. The what society 5.0 can do for you, what you can expect from that society. Just you are expecting something, they are bringing for you by using these technologies. Means solving all the social problems. So Internet of the things, IoT, uh, 5G networks, big data, AI, robot, or the enablers technology of the society 5.0. Enable technology means whatever do we say the society 5.0, it is based on the technology. Merger or cooperation, integration of these all technologies. These all technologies are facilitating the society, that is the revolutionary society, smart society, super smart society, that is considered as in Japan, that is super. We are creating, developing these super smart society, that is society 5.0, is based on these four five technologies. One, the IoT, Internet of Things. Mostly you have seen in your universities the undergraduate students making their mini projects, final year project based on IoT, using some IoT kits and controlling the things, robot, vehicle, electricity, home electricity, showing the impact that how we can connect remotely these things, how we can collect the data remotely by storing that data in the cloud again. Some companies is person has the space in the cloud, giving the access to the cloud that you whatever the project you have developed, you may connect that device, physical space device, to our cyberspace, and everybody will be in position to monitor your project, the functionality of your project, the data being generated, provided by your project will be available in the cloud, and then from cloud you can everybody can access it. That was just one small example to give the means introduction to the student. In our country, telecom company, China telecom company, that is Huawei company, they were giving us the free access IoT kits in the universities and free accounts in the space just to market or to give the awareness of that technologies that how they work actually. So these IoT, 5G networks, 5G network, mobile communication, big data, AI, and robots are the enabler technologies. But without these technologies, this society 5.0 is incomplete. So now emphasis is given to learn these technologies in the form of short courses, in the form of uh, diplomas, diploma courses, 2 year courses, 3 year courses, and in the form of 4 year graduate, undergraduate courses all over the world. These things are changing, and people are also changing their mind toward these new technology to learn these new technologies because they will be sourced to use and also provide the services to the society for meeting their requirement. So whenever I say to my university, what is happening now? Students are not coming for the conventional technology. They are coming actually, but there is a rush in the admission in these all the areas. Previously, in my university, we have had only 12 departments, but since last year, we have more than 33 departments in the university, and all the departments, AI, AI departments, separate department we, for undergraduate program we have opened, big data, cyber security, computer science, computer system engineering, IT, and 5 to 6 new departments we have opened for the undergraduate program because we have to change our institution with respect to the time. Otherwise, the time will leave us behind. So, if we want to cope with the time, you have to change your mind. Whatever is required in the society. We cannot say, oh no, no, it is very difficult for me, Lala. No, it is difficult. I cannot go for that. So, but we cannot stop that time. The time that is technological time, and it is very fast time. That technology moving or the data is moving with the speed of terasecond. We always we look at case ourselves pride that oh this internet very slow. Why? Why we are very worried? But I am slow. I don't want to be fast. I don't want to work with this in technology. But I say my internet is slow. It is no no. I am. It is bothering me. Please change, increase the speed of my data. Increase the speed of my data because I want to run the applications very just in a microsecond level, nanosecond level. So I want high speed. I want to say that the data should be the in terabyte per second, terabit per second, not the 2 MB. I always give me 100 MB. Mbps, megabit per second. Speed should be 100 megabit, 200 megabit. Why? Because I want the high speed application. I want to retrieve my data within no time. Then we should have to keep in mind that we have to cope with that time. Wherever we demand that it should be very, these things should be with high speed. So we have to change our mind, our attitude, our living with respect to that time. Otherwise, this time and technology will leave us behind will leave us behind. The time and technology will not listen our grievances. They can solve our problem, but grievances and cry that we cannot go. Oh, how we can meet these requirements? But things have been changed. Things has been changed. When I was getting my undergraduate, it was not with old time. It was started from 1994 and ended at 1999. At that time, computer was not common. Sometimes when we are in the lab, our lab technician said, "Oh no, don't touch the computer. It will get some problem. Just touching the computer, it will get a problem." Now, it is not the scenario. Scenario or environment has been changed. Now everybody has his own laptop, her own mobile in hand. So why? Because we have changed our lives. These things have changed our living style. So if we want to live in the society that is most modern society, society 5.0. So we have to learn first this is society, and after learning this society, getting education for this society, it will be comfortable for me to live. Suppose when I was in Malaysia, I my focus was on the just get the studies and to research. I was not focusing on the Malay language because I was comfortable at that time with the, even though Malay was very simple. I learned a few things, but my children, those were in the age of 5 to 6 or 7 years, they learned the Malay language within 3 months. Within 3 months, and they were talking Malay with very high fluency. Whenever it was needed to talk with any Malay people on telephone, I used to ask my son that, Talha, please talk with him. When he was talking with them, and after meeting with that guy, he said, "Who was that guy? You said, okay, sir, another Malay guy, boy to talk with me." I said, "No, he's my son." So they but surprised at how he has changed his thing mind because it was interesting for him. His focus was that I have to learn that Malay language because I'm in the school. And he learn many things. Still they are talking at home sometimes. Now they have become elder and they studying the university. So as these things have been changing, we have to change. If we want to change our life, we have to change our mind with the change of the time and technology. Time and technology and environment. What the environment? Environment can be technology. Environment can be the physical environment. So we have to change. So how to change? Get the change? Whenever we get some knowledge, sometimes we are confused. Oh, what about this movie? I am hearing about it. When you hear something about that movie, then your interest develops and you try to watch that movie and you become pleased that, oh, give your comment either it is good or it is bad, its limitation, its benefits, or its merits, or what was the lesson of that movie. You try to then after learning something. So when you learn the something first and then enter in that area, you enjoy the all the benefit of that technology institute or country. I always wish to be in Malaysia because I lived over there. I drove all over the almost Malaysia and also went to Sabah and uh, Sarawak and other places also. But almost I visited Malaysia in my car. I started from Perak to the Kedah and many other places also. Kuala Lumpur, drove throughout the Malaysia almost. But now I explored the Malaysia and got almost good information of the Malaysia and enjoyed that one. And whenever I now visit the Malaysia, it become not new for me. It is totally I feel that it's my second home. So why second home? Because my elder brother, who was the pro vice chancellor here at the university, retired now, he also got PhD from Malaysia, UTM in 2008. And my other nephew also worked over there. And many other my relatives are still in Malaysia. And so we can say Malaysia is our second home. Why we can second home? Because we have changed our mind. We lived over there and we got some very good things from the Malaysia as well. For getting something, you have to move. You have to learn the things. The my objective for getting that example is just for that. So, these technologies help us in realizing which technologies IoT, 5G, big data, AI, robot. uh, these are really forwarding look society and overcoming the existing limitations of human and society and system. What are the limitations? As I said that I have no access to the common data. Who will solve my problem? These integration of these all the technology will help me. I say that still my internet is not working well. At the beginning, you saw that I was switching from the here one locally provided internet that was the on the wireless local loop. I shifted to the mobile network because it is an international company and giving me great data and has the no distortion and flickers in and that data I am using that one. So the integration of this data solve our human problems, limitations of humans, society, and the system. And IoT is a genetic concept of the extending internet connectivity, internet of the things to any physical object, machine, people, and animal. By using the IoT-based, IoT-enabled devices, you can connect the people, any object, any physical object, or an animal to be connected with the network, with the system, and you people have access. Suppose your children are going to school, and you are living in a country where there are the security issues, and it is it's important for you to send your children to the school, but you feel that there are security issues. Like I am not taking the name of the country, but you are worried about your but the services are available in that country that you can also get this purchase the security and that is based on IoT and having some watch and everything that is connected with IoT you can see and watch the mobility of your son that is it present in the school, leaving the school, what is doing in the classroom, and reaching where he is reached now when he is driving or traveling from school to the home, where he is reached now. All things are being monitored at your mobile, and that is the IoT, and that is the Society 5.0. Make it again clear that when you are monitoring the mobility of your son, sitting in the classroom, moving in the school, and traveling from school to home, and you are watching it throughout uh, and by using this mobile or the internet, you are connected, means your son is physically connected with the internet or IoT or Society 5.0. That is the Society 5.0. Because that solve my problem, that I am very comfortable that I am watching my son what is doing in the school, and is he safe in that area or not. So if you are in the big market, you are being minded by your mother that he or she is in the big market, and either somebody is disturbing him or not, whatever the things are happening in the markets, big markets or big mall, you are watching him or her. So this is the connectivity that is provided by the Society 5.0. So various types of sensors attached to that IoT device monitor the environment they lie in and generate huge data in the form of video, image, sound, weather, condition, system operation, logs, mean data, to name. So these all things mean being captured by the sensor, provided by the IoT devices, and connected with the all through the network 5G and AI, robot, many things. So to imagine the tremendous of the data generated by IoT, think of the self-driving car, as I said, a self-driving car equipped with the numerous sensors, cameras, produces 1 to 4 terabyte of the data per day, equivalent to the volume of the data currently consumed by 2,660 internet users, or maybe a little bit more. But that data is generated by the big data in the moving car. And that is the miracle. That miracle has been realized by these technologies, integration of these all technologies, and in the form of Society 5.0. Second was the 5G mobile communication network. As we are living in the era of 4G and Society 5.4, Society 4.0, and that is the 5G, 4G. So in 5G and 6G, and the things are beyond our imagination. The fifth generation mobile communication network that provide the ubiquities, means present everywhere, connected to realize the fusion of physical space and cyberspace. As I said, monitoring a boy, monitoring a car, an industry, this is fusion that realized by the 5G. It is capable of transmitting a huge volume of data, about 20 gigabit in every second. In every second, can you imagine that we have the data that is the 1 MB, 2 MB, Mbps, megabit per second, 100 megabit per second. This is in terabyte, in gigabyte, million devices in any area of every square kilometer. So 5G network can upload a huge volume of the sensing raw data from the physical space on the cyberspace and transfer knowledge and control or actuation command from cyberspace to the physical space. And that is the means help of the 5G network, fifth generation of the mobile communication network. But currently we are using the fourth one. And then AI technology. How an AI technology can support us? AI enable machines to learn, infer, and make an intelligent decision like human. AI has capability of processing big data in a short time, exceeding the capability of the human. Because human cannot think in that time as the AI thinks and as model. AI is now being used to solve our numerous problems, as I gave you the example of ChatGPT. In the other domains such as healthcare, manufacturing, transport, mobility, energy management system, weather forecast, safety, and so many other areas. The advancement of IoT and the reduction of sensor, uh, sensor electronic price have made it feasible to collect a huge volume of the data using the such resources, technological resources. like AI, 5G, and IoT. Similarly, the availability of the sophisticated computation facility in cyber cloud has made it possible to process big data via AI in a short time. More volume and diversity of the available data are available, the better the AI system can be trained so that they can be produce higher accurate results. Trained. One thing is again, AI again is trained by using something, some program, some model based on the higher level languages. What are the higher level language? That is the machine language, which is the JavaScript, and many other things like that. C++, many things. These all are based on the models are based on these, and then integrated, and the systems are trained by using these models. So the scientists and researchers are still working to improve the AI functionalities and train the AI systems. Robots are the agents in the physical space. They work on the behalf of the human. Actually, they are our replacement. Sometimes we say that when the robot will come and there will be shortage of the people, humans. No, no. We are, if the robots will replace us, who will make the programs for the robot? Who will give the commands to the robot? Who will work on the AI? Who will develop the AI program? Who will design and develop the AI robot? Who will design and develop the parts of the robot? So we are changing, means we are changing the technology actually, changing the technology, changing our working style from the man to machine. But behind we are creating several opportunities. You know, when we were saying that when the computer will come or the JetGPT will come, our people will be unemployed and how they can survive in the world. But you see, just having the one short course of the computer, of the design or Photoshop or web design simply, you have the job at your home. You are in the room earning much money. All the world is working on that. There are several billion workers working for the world to develop the things, design the things, and that will be extending. You know, we can say there can be a situation in that area. How can we? We are migrating from before the birth of the computer, people were working, and simply I can tell you, when I was working with the telecom company, I joined that company in the July 2001 and worked over there till 2009. When I was there, still the old systems were running. We have a telecom um, exchange, telephone exchange, big companies, big office, and that we have a very huge system for working to provide you this voice services only. But these all system have been finished now. We have cloud space now. We have virtual space now. We have virtual telephone number now. We don't have this system. But when I joined that company, we have a physical connectivity. That is the circuit switching was there. We were physically connecting the people with the system. Then we were storing that data. But we have the dedicated connectivity, physical connectivity for every user and the telephone exchange. Now we don't have telephone exchange. We don't have telephone exchanges have been finished now. All the big system, so many people were working in that system for monitoring and collecting data, printing that telephone call. You are calling me, and my system is printing your data. Your time, your duration of call were being printed on printing paper. I saw that one. I used that one. But now that system has been closed. We have just one card, one small system that is kept in a small room, air conditioning is there, and giving services to the million people. And what happened in my company due to the deregulation in the telecom sector in 2007? And that time we were more than 70,000 people in that company. But that company gave the voluntary separation scheme to people because they wanted to shift the technology from the big system to the small system, from macro level to the micro level. What happened? People were crying. People were crying, saying that, oh, this is a great loss of the nation. How people can survive by losing their jobs? It was a big organization in which people as generations have the hope that we will have the opportunity to work and earn money for our families. But how? It is very the question. But you know, it was planned by all the world that we have to migrate to the new technology. We have to make the people use and work in other areas. We are shifting from the people, from the traditional work to the modern thing. So it was actually transformation. Nowadays it was also the telecom, but this is again telecom. It was only telecom, but is the ICT, information and communication technology, merger of these all information, then communication, and then technology is coming together. Before that, we have only the telecom companies for the telecom, telecasting, telecommunication, television. Now, these all tele has been merged together in the form of Society 5.0 merger or merge together and creating a lot of opportunity for you people. A lot of people every day there's opportunity. Go to the Fiverr, go to the Upwork, work for you. This is the ICT. This is modern telecom system. This is modern technology and opportunity to work at home. No need to find the job and earning much more. Why you are being the conventional? So from the conventional technology, these things have been changed and creating more opportunity. It was the opportunity for a few people, and physically it was supposed to be available in the office, but no need now. You can do the same job at your home. I am at home doing my job. You are at home listening to me. At your place, you are listening to me. These, this is the totally shift migration as it was. We were hunting for survival. Then farming for survival. Then industry came into being and in the form of society 3.0. Then ICT. Now society 5.0, and these all technologies creating opportunities for you people to work in behind. Several things are being. So our hopes are high. We cannot say the technology is replacing the robot will replace it. No, robot will create more opportunity for you people. We have now world is crying that we have the shortage of skilled people. Why we are shifting from conventional teaching methodology to the OB based outcome. We need outcome. What you are learning, can you do it? What can you sell or not? What skills you have? So all the emphases are given on the learning, on the learning. And get the knowledge and apply it. Get the knowledge, apply it, get the skill. Sometimes when you were graduating and you are waiting for a job and job company was saying that, do you have experience? And you get surprised, oh, how I can get the experience? I've just graduated from the university. I have good grades. My CGPA is 4. I got all A1s. How you can expect the experience from me? Oh, okay. Well, then what you can sell? What do you mean by sell? I have great knowledge. What can I do of your knowledge? Can you apply that knowledge? Sorry, sir, I don't have experience. Then I'm sorry because I am paying from my pocket. I want from you just now start your work, but you don't know how to open the cap of this one. No, I never opened this because this work was done by my mom. My mother was doing so. If your mother is doing so, then she will do the work, job. So better to go because I want the person that has some skills. So then the education has been changed now. Conventionally, we were teaching in the classroom, but and ensuring that we have broadcasted our knowledge. We have given our knowledge, and we were considered as a great teacher. That is a great teacher is good knowledge. But it's not required now. We want to listen from you people. We want your reflection, whatever knowledge you transform, you are have got that knowledge. Not only got that knowledge, it is the first stage. We have six stage more. Have you understand that knowledge? Have you applied that knowledge? Have you analyzed that knowledge? Have you evaluated that information got from that system? And then on the back of that evaluation, are you in the position to create something or not? If not, then you are not meeting the requirement of our today's education. You are not requiring meeting. So think in that way. To get the knowledge is the fundamental thing. It is basic. Everybody should know. I am human. I have the nose, ear, mouth, what, any function. It is best requirement that I know mouth is used to talk and to eat, nose is to smell, eye is to see. So what? So then what is the next? If I'm a chemical engineer, I have learned I have studied all the subjects and got every information. No, information is required to be. You all must know about all the chemicals, all the fluid, everything about the fluid mechanics. That is information, basic knowledge you need it. After getting that knowledge, you have to apply that knowledge. If you are going applied, then when you are applied, you will see some responses of that system after apply. When you get the response, you evaluate your response. After evaluation, you see what are the limitations of that system. When you see the limitation, you try to cover that limitation. When you are covering limitations, improving that limitations, you are creating or generating something. Now we need the person like that. What is required to that? If you are doing so, and you are undergraduate level, at your undergraduate level, then you are going moving towards society 5.0. Then you are moving toward that. Otherwise, no. Sorry, everybody will say you sorry. I say I have read the age books in the university. I know everything. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, but what is the difference between you and that book? Book is also filled with that knowledge. You are also filled with that knowledge. But then what? So you have to apply that knowledge. You have to get the skills from that. That is an outcome based. Outcome. What is outcome? That is what we in the end. So the all the means Washington Accord and OB has designed the 12 attributes of a graduate. That after the graduation, the graduate must reflect these all 12 attributes. If he is reflecting these attributes, then he is properly trained in the university institution. Now he is suitable for the society or for the system to work with us. Otherwise, you will need more time to learn these things again. So these things are changing, and we are also changing our education system, and that is basic requirement. We are not worried that it will be difficult for the nations like me, the nations in which I am living, the country in which I am living. I must be in fear that I am still under the developing countries. How I can talk about these societies? Where from I can learn? No, I have to change. I have to manage my resources. Even though I have shortage my resources, again I have to manage because if I will not manage, I will not work with the time and technology. It will leave me behind. It will leave me behind. So that is why I said in our university we are living in a remote area, in a suburban area, but we have now 7 to 8 new departments that have started to teach the, and we have got a lot of attraction. People from villages that are getting admission over here. That no, I will get admission computer related area. Either it is AI, either it is IoT, either it is BS in IT, computer system engineering, but related to computing and ICT. I am not going to the conventional area like electronics, electrical, mechanical. No, it is better to go there because there are a lot of opportunities. They are looking for the opportunities, and they said that the digitalization when we have the analog system, which it was the silo system. Digital system, it was we are talking digits 0101. It is faster speed. So we have to move with this digitalization. We have to move with these that digits. So people are interested to learn now. It is time to learn and adapt that digit and everywhere. So now creating the smart society based on the things I discussed, the AIT, IoT, 5G, robot, and everything. So countries in the world have come up with these various futuristic visions. Their industry 4.0, digital transformation of the manufacturing sector through the exploitation of the connectivity of AI, real-time data is an example. It is related to the digital transformation of the economy and started by Japan. And Japan was very serious in that adoption because there the people are getting old age over there and birth rate is very low, and they want something new that how they can cover that gap. And in the Japan, the job vacancies or worker vacancies is increasing for the international people because people are getting old, and they don't have the great big number of the young generation. So that is why they said that it is not the solution that we give the immigration to all the people coming into Japan and migrating from their countries and like the Canada and others, but we have to develop another alternatives that can meet our requirement, that can solve the society problem. And it was a great thing, and they approved in their government organizations like National Assembly, and at the government level they met their policies are working on that society. By following the Japan's concept, all the world is looking at that it is a wonderful idea, and it is requirement of the time to migrate from the society 4.0 to the 5.0. So Japan Society 5.0 is more than just about the economy. It is about the digitalization of the whole society. They want to make it digitalized for making it super smart society. Along with the economic development through the new values creation by provisioning high-tech products and services, Society 5.0 actually focus on solution to address the social issues. Like what? What are the social issues that the Society 5.0 wish to solve? Increasing energy demand, food stuff demand, safety, security, climate changing, aging population, to help the aging population, regional inequality, economic disparity. These all are the social issues. And how these technologies can. Yes, this is the question. There's a big room in these two lines. There's a big room for the study, analysis, and research. How to go for that? What in what area we work on? So social issues, increasing energy demand is increasing. Then we have to work on energy management, energy utilization. We have to see that how electrical energy is being managed or utilized, and what are the requirements of society. Wastage of the energy, how energy is being wasted, how to control the losses in the energy transmission, generation, and distribution, as well as in the utilization. And but we are not monitoring it. If we are not monitoring, there are a lot of loss in the transmission line. There are loss of the industry. Industry is using the heavy motors and like that, and reducing the power factor of the power, electrical power, and that is again the loss. How to monitor it? And so we have to generate the system society by using Society 5.0 that easily can be monitored and evaluated by using the technology that is Society 5.0. Integrating that all the transmission system, getting example only, then generation system of electricity, then the distribution system of electricity, utilization hub of the electricity will be required to be monitored for the proper management sorry of the energy. This is for only one example. Debate can be, time is limited, so I cannot talk about every area, but this I taken just one example of electrical energy. So a mechanism has been established in Japan under leadership of the Prime Minister Abe to implement Society 5.0. So multiple stakeholders related to sustainable development goal promotion, ministries, local government, NGOs, research institute, business organizations, and universities are engaged in it. There is a great role in of the universities. Universities are the actually the pillar of the national development, because we have the young heart, and that has the spirit and power to learn these things, and that is the best of the every institution where from we are producing the engineers, scientists, politicians, decision makers, managers, every the designation is being produced from the university. So there's a great role of the university. So things are always started, must be started from the universities. So now our universities have to change. As I told you that in our university we have opened new department because of the new requirement of the society, requirement of to meet the requirement of society 5.0 and to contribute in the sustainable development of the nation of the at the global level, sustainable development goals of the United Nations that are for all the countries. We have to contribute for in the society in that area. So how to contribute? As we are transforming from the conventional society to the digital transformation society, and digital then we have to go and move for that. So our universities all over the world have to increase our focus in that area. Now it's time. We cannot eliminate, we cannot stop, we cannot close the conventional system, because again we need the civil engineer, we need the civil system, we need the electrical engineer, we need to design the electrical engineer, integration of electrical engineer through the system. We need it again. Mechanical system again will be required. I am not saying that demand is decreasing, but attraction and demand of this area has created a lot of opportunities for the society. As we said, the population is increasing. Okay, increasing, opportunities also increasing. But new directions, new opportunities have been created. So this is the means optimistic, to become some optimistic that there are always opportunities. There's the room opportunity. There's room for to work in. So there are a lot of opportunities for you people. to think and work on that. So, so this will enable Japan. What will happen with this? This will enable the Japan, the world, and the world to promote economic development while addressing common social challenges using Society 5.0, and that is the super smart society we are going to develop. So the key to sustainable development and the sustainable development goals of the Society 5.0 focus being an educationist. My focus will be again on education. So education is the key to the sustainable development, and education institutions are the foundation, are the places where we can give the great and demanding education to the pillars of nation. So the key to sustainable development for developed and developing nations is in particular new technologies in education are changing. Our ideas, conceptions, aims and of education not only for conventional methodologies but new and modern technologies require to be changed. Education of these trends carries risk and danger. Definitely, where there's the risk, there's the gift. So there is available, but as well as the new possibilities. Also, if there's a risk and danger, then again the possibilities are created. As I said that we were in danger and risk that we are how we can survive if the people are losing their job and technology is coming. But opportunities are there. We have seen, we have proved that there are thousand opportunity for thousand billion people in the world, and our reform need to be developed with an awareness of the both, awareness of the risks and danger and new possibilities, and creating the hope for the people that no, there's a big chance of the people to work in that area if the society 5.0 is being developed in the till the 2030. This all depends upon the quality education for the nation, which is striving to survive on only sea are living below the poverty level with the miserable life. Suppose we the people, our poor people living on only surviving on the sea and living below the poverty level, we have to improve our quality education. We have to improve our systems after giving the education, teaching people. And the sustainable quality education is the dream and agenda of every country. Definitely, we want to have sustainable teaching, and this is the part. Today's lecture is the part of that sustainability. That we want to provide the information to our students that what is required, what is expected from you people, not required, but it is what is expected from you people, what the society is expecting from you, you must know, and what are the ways and paths you work on being a professional. And is there an opportunity for this the chemical engineer? Is the opportunity for civil engineer? Yes, of course. There's not an opportunity for only the IT related technologies, but we have to integrate these all these systems. So when the person is working in the chemical engineering, in the mechanical engineering, he must also require to know the information of these technologies, because it will be required to interconnect the technology, the systems, mechanical systems, chemical systems with these all the integrations of all the new and sorry. So it is the one pillar of the sustainable development of society in aspect of life, example in education, environment, and technology, which aims to ensure inclusive and equitable quality education and promote lifelong learning opportunities for all. This overall goal can be connected to some general trends affecting education and the information and technological edge. We argue the education is key to future quality of human life and the sustainability of the world first. So we should improve our education before adoption of the Society 5.0 on equality basis, because the United Nations, the second uh, goal of the SDGs is the equality. Eq- Equality. We have to provide equal opportunities to all the human living in the world, and up in getting the education particularly to cope with these changing technological era, migration that is migrating are from the society 4.0 to society 5.0, or from the conventional society to the digital transformation society. What is required to change in the education institutions? Generally, education is being transformed in both formal and informal learning contexts by new digital technologies all over the world, but very slow in underdeveloping countries. In Pakistan, I can take the name of my country, is due to the limited financial resources and priorities for sustainable future, having somehow blurred vision, sometimes we can say. But yakinan, that blurredness can be improved and improving, alhamdulillah. What is required to change? Our educational aims and objectives must be clear. Educational ecologies and context of the learning should be changed. Process of learning should be changed. Process of teaching should be changed. As I said, it should be outcome based, or it should be activity based. It should be uh, project based. It should be discussion based. It should be query based. When you have these all the methodologies of teaching and learning, then you can effectively learn these things and implement these things. Not only that conventional teacher is teaching all the time in the class and it's enough for me to learn. No, no, nothing. You learn from this. Educational governance and policy that is very poor in the developing nation. So that is also needed to be improved and to see and modify and change with respect to the change in the technology and time. Change in educational aims and objectives. The trend of world education has shifted to a broad spectrum frame, and education for sustainable development helps students examine and reflect upon their professional responsibilities, capabilities, and personal motivation. This movement from the physical task to create strategic and analytical thinking is affecting the students' need to master the educational institution. Change in educational ecology. What is that? Educational ecologies offers a framework for thinking about educational sustainability, with changing understanding the context of the learning. Despite of all the talk technology transforming organizations and institutions, it is required to be argued that organizations and institutions that relate to education have to show obvious evidences of the change they have brought in their institution to, for the future generations and for the future society, small society. Either they are in position to impart that kind of education that the students learn the AI, IoT, 5G technologies, and other related ICT technologies, or have they changed their contents of the courses or the syllabus, imparting the education and mechanical engineering, chemical engineering? Have they given touch of these technologies while teaching these subjects, particularly maybe industrial related subjects, maybe electrical engineering subject, or they're trying to integrate, or that they are supposed to work with these also the technologies, their system will be connected with these or not. So it is required to change the content or to introduce these things in every area of the engineering, science, or technology. That, but there should be a touch of the sustainable development goals in every content of the every subject, and there should be touch of the society 5.0, and there should be touch of the technologies on which the society 5.0 based, that now how you are going to integrate your the physical systems with these cyber space related technologies. If they are unknown to these, then what will happen? They will just be thinking conventionally that I have designed or maintained the system, but I am unable to know how I can get data from this mechanical, electrical, or some chemical related system. So there is a great need that our institution should introduce in every program about these technologies, because we cannot close our eyes that society 5.0 is beyond our approach. It is not coming it is maybe only for Japan. No, no, things are being changed. I say, time is moving. Our time is always moving, and moving things always will penetrate from one place to another place, from small space to bigger space. I born in a very small village, but move around many countries of the world. So, with respect to the time, so time is not static. Time is dynamic. Time is instantaneous, changing with every point, changing, bringing change at every point. So we have to cope with time. We have to restructure the things to work with that time, with smart society, a society 1.0. And that is the reality. That becoming reality. Before 10 years, 12 years, this was not reality, but it's a reality. And we are enjoying it. And we are trying to work with it. So, and learning the things associated with these things. So we have to change the many things in our academia also. Changing learning process. Our discussion of new technology, mediated learning ecologies shows how each shift also entailed changes to the process of teaching and learning. Means from the conventional to the outcome-based learning, with effectiveness of knowledge, experience, and skills are required now. No, not only knowledge. Previously, a few years ago, only knowledge was required to acquire. But no, not is not required. It is the basic need, fundamental need to know something. Then, on the basis of knowledge, you have to grow in the technology and the business, and the business and the new term that's entrepreneurship. If you are going to the technology, try to develop the technology. If you are to try to go for the entrepreneurship and that technology, again you need the basic knowledge. So knowledge is very important to go for the practical field or to go for the entrepreneur. Entrepreneur is a new word in the business, that is the entrepreneur is the actually works on the changing environment, mean changing in the environment, changing in technology, changing in the society. So with the changing requirement, the entrepreneurship is being worked. So it is again great opportunity. So, but again we have to introduce the entrepreneurship in our all academias, and entrepreneur and technology, entrepreneur and other areas also. So now we see only change mostly in the business of the technology-based business is changing with respect to time since 1998 very rapidly. Change in teaching process. These changes to bringing process and motivations are required to rethink for teaching strategies. When institutions and schools have large number of students, they need to develop a pedagogy, their approach to the teaching philosophy that enable teachers to teach them effectively. Lecturers are the easiest to implement because teachers only need to pass on their knowledge to the students. So teachers are is required to think much more than others. So change in educational governance and policy, that is totally required. Always change comes from top to the bottom. Decision makers make the decisions and try to bring it at the lower level for the because fundamentally knowledge is the fundamental platform, is the first layer. If the people are we are the protocol in ICT, the 7 layer model. So first layer physical layer, and knowledge is at the physical layer, that is the human. To gain the knowledge, then apply that knowledge, then implement that knowledge, then analyze that knowledge, then whatever you get from that analysis, that is evaluate that information, and after evaluation you will see the advantage or disadvantages or gaps, limitations, benefits. On the basis of that good things or bad things, pros and cons, you are going to develop or create the new things, and that is required from today's education. And based on this education, our future is based on these things. Know these things, apply these things, analyze these things, evaluate the results, and that results will show the differences of that system, drawbacks of the system, and that improve that drawbacks, improve the society, and contribute to society, become the creator, inventor, and scientist. And that is required. We require from you people that you think like in that way. Try to be developer, try to be the designer, try to be the creator, inventor, because you people can invent the new world, can explore the new world like the smart society and beyond that. So again. I can say that technology has played already a great role, uh, and it can be said that learn the knowledge, learn the technology before bringing the technology, improve the education system, and that based on reforms in our education system with the help of innovative ideas and methodology that may lead us towards new and normal, sustainable, and smart society. So at the conclusion, at the end, I can say that Society 5.0 is bringing a lot of great opportunities for the humanity, living humanity of the present and future, and it's a great room for we people, for us, for you people to work in it. There are a lot of hopes and opportunities for you people. Always be positive, always be optimistic, and uh, uh, think always um, think about the changes, accept the changes. When you are going to accept the change, you are very you can live very happily. I am also a quotation writer in the sociology. So I always say that get education to train your brain, to get education to train your brain to live in the society. Education is actually training of the brain. So to always be a good learner, then you can train your brain how to change with respect to time. So always be the learner. So, so focus on the education. Education has a catalytic or like a chain effect on the well-being and individual and future of our planet. So education is very much important. If we are to end unsustainable thinking and practice will need a transformed system of education first to guide us into a prosperous and sustainable future in vision of society 5.0 or smart society of the future generation. So thank you very much for giving me much time, and now we may have the questions from the audience. I don't know how many people are connected because I cannot see here, Rina. How many people are here? Do you have got some questions? If you have got the question, please WhatsApp me. It will be easy for me to read and reply. So, is it possible for you to share the questions if you got already?
So, thank you very much, Professor Abdul Sattar, for the insightful talk. From this session, we have acquired plenty of knowledge that we can make use of it in the future. Based on what the professor have presented, I think the very basic concept of Society 5.0 itself is centered on our well-being and happiness without leaving anyone behind. So thus, Society 5.0 is focused on solving the existing social issues such as the increasing energy and the foodstuffs demand, safety and security, such and the climate change, as well as the aging population and the economic disparity. So personally, I'm also a user of these AI tools, so that I find it very convenient to get the answers to my thousand questions in such a very short time. And plus, these advancing technologies are also helping us to overcome the existing limitations of the humans, society, and systems. So I think now we can proceed with the Q&A sessions. The participants are also welcome to direct your questions to our speaker by leaving your questions in the chat box.
Every type of the question is welcomed. So audience may ask any type of question for your career. If you want to know something about your career, how to go for it, whatever in your mind, you can ask. Always will be welcome. I hope that on the best of my experience, I can give you the guidance. So because to learn something actually, when you learn something by asking, by learning by asking, is very easy way to learn these things. You know, whenever you are supposed to read a book, a big book like a heavy book, it will take time. Sometimes you need some inspiration that how I start to read this book. Oh my God, it's very difficult to learn. Oh, written in English. But when you are going to learn something from a learned people, having a great experience in hand, then just by asking, you are knowing. Asking and knowing is a very easy way to learn and effectively. Whatever I try to share with you, my 23 years experience of my education and professional. You learn everything within an hour, time of 30 to 50 seconds, 50 minutes. Sometimes very important things you learn from me maybe. So don't mean shy to ask you something. Ask and learn. Ask. Don't shy in the classroom that I am going to ask from a teacher. It is your basic right to ask a teacher. I always encourage my teacher to ask from the teacher. Don't disturb teacher in the class, but take a time and after make a list of the question. Ask. Don't check the knowledge of teacher, but for the purpose of the learning, always ask these things. When you have a 5 question for a particular topic, you will learn everything because already you know what I have to ask. When you have made your make your mind that what I have to ask, you have noted in your notebook and your pad that what I'm going to ask. Basic things what is required to me, what I want to know. Then when you are asking to him the questions, one by one he will be answering you, and everything will be clear for you. That will take 1 month to study the same book. So don't mean the shy in asking. Always ask and learn. Be the asking people. Always ask, and don't see the teacher. What teacher will say me that I will, oh shut up, let me to teach. Okay, let him to teach. But at the end, he will always give the opportunity to ask the question. So make the list of always the question. It's an easy way to learn. So again, I am thankful to the platform you provided me, and it is really proud for me to be part of the various universities of Malaysia. And really, Malaysia, I have my means psychological attachment. I can say I am really virtually, psychologically, or spiritually connected with Malaysia. And Malaysia, really, I feel that is my personal home. As I enjoy sometimes visit my village, native village. Sometimes after a few years, I used to go to my village. I feel I was very small kid and living and moving over this village. Similarly, I am talking to you now, but I feel that I am in Malaysia. So I got a lot of love and care from Malaysia, and still, Alhamdulillah, I have a lot of connection with the Malaysian professors and universities. Sometime I get opportunity to visit Malaysia. Hopefully, in future, when I will have an opportunity to come Malaysia, I will be physically available for you people, inshallah, to meet with you people, to give whatever I have learned from the industry, from the academy. And thank you very much, Aina, for giving this time. And inshallah, next time we will meet again. I have not seen any single question in the chat box. I don't know how many people were connected with us. Do you can let me know?
I'm sorry to interrupt, but I think we have questions in the chat box. So as displayed, this is a question from Milia Sophie. She
Okay.
asked about,
You
do you think that healthcare and caregiving sector give positive impact in point of view on boomers generation like elderly? So you may answer the questions now.
do you think healthcare caregiving sector give positive impact in the point of view on boomer generation like elderly? Yes, of course. Yes, of course. These all the technologies. As I said that why Japan is focusing on the Society 5.0 in a shortest possible time, because the age of Chinese people is maybe due to their physical activities. The age is long. The people are crossing 100. They are near to 80, 80 plus people are there, but they are not able to move here there. How these and there's a shortage of the population in the country. They are not giving birth to the more children, and whatever the elders they are working in the industry or in the factory or in the who will take care of these aging people. Definitely, they are very much worried about these aging people. So in the healthcare, these type of societies can work a lot with the movement and mobility and care of these aging people will be taken care by using these some robots or the mobility, the health will be monitored remotely. Either I am working in the America and my mother is in Pakistan and she is very old. How I can take care of it? Her? These things can be managed by sitting in the Malaysia, by sitting Malaysia and USA can be taken care by using these technologies, by using a human robot and monitoring his or her health and getting the advice from the doctors and giving the services to her. So definitely this type of the technologies can help a lot in the healthcare of the well-being.
So the next question is from Mary Izati Zakaria. So she asked about what
Yeah.
are the measures being taken to
What
ensure data
measures are
privacy and security in Society 5.0.
Yeah, what measures are being taken to ensure data privacy and security in Society 5.0? What we do at our home, what we do at our shop, what we do at the entrance of our university initially. Previously, what was happened when the system we were living in the Society 3.0 or Society 4.0, that was mechanical society. Before the birth of CCTV monitoring system. Before that, what was? It was we were having a guard at the front of our door. Physical man, we were hiring that you sit at the door for my security purpose. Particularly in the banks. In the banks, we always now also we have at present we also have the guard, but in the modern cities. But I didn't see guard at the in Kuala Lumpur in front of the banks. But just I saw the door are closed and sensor back. And one man was controlling that door, and monitoring system was deployed over there. But still in my country, I see all at every place we have a physical person, 2 or 3 person, and attending at the gate of university, or bank, or school, everywhere. We have one guard that provide the security, and that is the mechanical kind of the society. Then we improved their security, and we tried to unman the shop or university in the for the security purpose. We bought a technology that was just controlling the door, that we have a button or some sensor that help us to control to close the door. Then, with the help of technology, we got an entrance card that only authorized person allowed to enter the card. Again, that is security. That always the door is closed. Only authorized people will be allowed to enter in the lab, in the classroom, in the bank. Again, that is security. Has improving the security and making more reliable, because man is not reliable. Man again can some give some negligency, that looking here and there, and can robber can enter in the shop, but the technology cannot defeat you, and that is reliable. So we produce the cars that help us to enter in the any office or bank or somewhere else. Then after that, in the shop, for the continuous monitoring or security, we produce eyes cameras and in the front of the door of the shop, school, or university, or bank, everywhere, or in even every jalan, every road, we have the cameras to monitor for the security purpose. Similarly, when we have the network, what type of network? Transportation network. With transportation, tele computer networking transportation, in which our data is being transported from one place to another frame, from one computer another computer, from one device to another device. It is similar to the our road traffic. What is on the road traffic? We have say several directions. We have traffic police to monitor the traffic, to give us the directions. We have signboard. We are maintaining our traffic by putting some signboards, some security. Some we say that they are the hill. Many things are there that, as far as security purpose, that driver can monitor and drive carefully and safely. Similarly, when we have the tele traffic or data traffic, we have the network, we have internet. Internet is nothing, it is not data. Internet is the network of networks, internet interconnection of the various network of the networking. When the various networks, small network connected, together making an international network, and that is said to be the internet. And when we have the internet and some data is being transferred from one place to another place, definitely again we need the security. How I can say that my account is secure? Because I have given you the your password that that only you know, but not other people knows, and we made that security. Similarly, we have the cyber security, complete cyber security system, our cyber security departments, our cyber security undergraduate level program. These people are only working and working to secure that data, network, devices. The security of the data, privacy of the data, authentication of the data is being monitored by the modeled system that are being designed under the umbrella of cyber security. So you can imagine previously we have had only some password like that, security, the CCTV is like that. So in networking or computer data or computer networking, we have now separate areas that is said to be the cyber security, and people are giving the 4-year program in the cyber security only. So you can see that how much the I mean, the world is working on that area to work on only on security. So there is a great room of the work and providing society under the umbrella of cyber security. So that is ensured, that is completely sure. And nobody has taken amount from my bank account online. Actually, I am using it since many years. I am just I'm not going entering in the bank. I am transferring all amount from my mobile. I am purchasing things by using my internet connectivity. Still, I have not means felt that there is a security issue with my account or this transformation, sending the money or receiving the money. So make it sure and make uh, your trust means on the technology that can helping us. I think she has got my answer.
Okay, thank you, Professor, for the answer. I hope that answers your questions. Mary Zati. So the next question is from Lydia. She asks about how technology helps to shape sustainable future by applying the Society 5.0.
Yes, I think I have given a lot of answers for the sustainable future, but in particular, if she want to ask, actually applying Society 5.0, we cannot apply. It is the adoption, adoption. We had adapt. We are applying. Actually, whatever this is application, we have implemented all the technology in the one mobile in the form of various application. IoT is there, AI is there, networking is there, bank is connected with this, school university is connected with you are connected with me now. This is applications. When you all these things are integrating these all things, then that is set with society 4.0, then migrate to society 5.0. Suppose you are not sending me the link, and other people have no any access to our this lecture. It means that we are not in society 5.0. And when you are going to keep this video or this lecture in your database, but you are giving only access to dedicated people but not common for all. Again, it is not society 5.0. When there will be access to everybody, allowing everybody, making an open source for everyone, that everybody can access it. That is certainly society 5.0. So actually the technology is being adapted according to our requirement. Our requirement is increasing. We are integrating these things. My requirement is that in my room, air conditioner is on, and I will leave my room, and I will go after the 25 minutes. I am in my room now. I will leave to my university, and I will feel that I know if I forgot to switch off my air conditioner. Yes, oh no problem. I have these things. Just I open my mobile and will close the switch off the button of my air condition, and that is the adaptability and implementation of the society 5.0. This is the first basic example. So the things are improving and implementation is on the way, and we are now actually entered in society 5.0, but it is time to sense it now. We have to sense it. We have to learn it. Either we are the society partner or where. Sometime I am in a place, it is very beautiful. When I suddenly reach a place, oh, I thought, oh, what a wonderful, it was my dream to be here. But I don't know what is that place. And I was driving toward the Cameron Highland. Cameron Highland, very beautiful place to see and visit for the journey. So when I reach there, I ask some people, where is the Cameron Highland? Oh, this is the place. Oh, this is a wonderful place. I was there. But when somebody told me that you are at the Cameron Highland and it is, so we are actually in the Society 5.0 now, entered already, but it's time to learn about it and to get the benefit. Suppose if we want to get the benefit of Society 5.0, try to monitor every equipment of your home and your mobile, the physical, all the devices or the equipment at your home will be connected with the IoT, and IoT will be programmed with program, and that program will be installed in your mobile or laptop. You are on the internet, and your physical devices are connected with the cyberspace, and you are monitoring it everything. So this is again Society 5.0. So we are actually in the Society 5.0, and uh, this is time to means integrate it. It is time to integrate. Is it affordable for me or not? Is it I'm going to afford it? I'm going to adapt it. So that is why. So future will be like that. Definitely, when the my affordability will be increasing with respect to time. Previously, I was not in position to buy the mobile of 2000 RBM RM. No, I was not unable, but now I'm able to buy. Previously, I was not able to buy a car, but now I have two cars. And at every Malay's home, you see two new cars, almost two motorbikes are there, at least. Every person every kid, everyone has this mobile in hand. Previously, people were surviving on only durian. People were surviving only on durian. 50 years ago, 70 years, 80 years ago, that is why that become the durian become the national fruit of the Malaysia. But now we have many things in hand. With respect to time, our demand is increasing. That demand is increasing, then opportunities are increasing. So technology is not replacing the people, but providing great opportunities and facilitating us. And so adoption is only the thing is adoption when we are going to adapt it. Thank you.
Right, thank you, Professor, for the answer. So we move on to the next questions. This is from Amira Shahira. She asks,
Okay.
based on the SDGs, Sustainable Development Goals Report 2023, what is your opinion on the strengthened science policy interface between young innovators and investors?
Yeah, based on SDGs, Sustainable Development Goals Report 2003, what is your opinion on strengthening science policy interface between young innovators and investors? Yes, of course. Young innovators and entrepreneurs and innovators. These word is based on you people. Policies are always welcomed. Why always designed and implemented in all the developing and developing countries. And these policies are sent at the lower level and providing the opportunities to the young people to work in that area. When I came to the Malaysia, it was totally sponsored by the Petronas company. Why? Why? Because they encouraged me to come in and work in the area in which you can go in the world and contribute in the to achieve the sustainable development goals. My area of the research in the Malaysia was maritime communication system. We were supposed to design a system that well works for the marine time. The oil companies which are inside the sea need the communication. They were using the communication or data from the satellite. It is costly and little bit ineffective. But when we see at this when we visit at the sea level, we see a layer on the surface of water, a layer, and that is the evaporation layer. Due to the evaporation, there's a layer on the sea level. That is the height of layer at that is the almost 0 to 16 meter, and that is considered as a channel. And that channel we use for the communication purpose to send the signal and that area. and see the effectiveness of that channel, how we can send the signals and make the communication system for. So Petronas company also funded for that project. For what? For producing new things, to invent the new things, to design a transmitter that have a power which can effectively send the signal in that dirty channel, in the operated channel. And sometimes it's also required to dig out the things in the under the sea, to design these things, invent these things that can help us to find these things inside the water. So young people are always welcomed. Without the young people, young inventors, the objective sustainable goals cannot be achieved. So they are the great opportunity for you people. We people, the senior people, just can give you the path. You people have to work on. We always welcome you people to work on that area. We can just guide you. We can, and at this stage we can just only guide you. But you people are the workforce that can become the inventor, that can become the investor, that can become the entrepreneur in that area. Thank you.
So thank you for the answer too. Moving on to the next question from the same person, from Amira. So what are the potential ethical implications of implementing the Society 5.0, particularly regarding the use of AI and automation?
This is a very important question, and the Amira Shahid has asked a very good question. Really, it is not the question of the undergraduate level; it is the question of the higher level. I will try to reply you. You know, ethics is a very important aspect of our society. People always lack in that ethics. In the mechanical era or technological era, we forget the ethics actually. Some societies like Japan and somehow in Malaysia and somehow in other nations, they work on the at the beginning they work on the ethics. When my boy, he was 2 years old in Malaysia, I put him in a Tadika school. Tadika. I don't know, maybe I'm saying the correct word or not. So he used to go there, and when he was coming back to the home, he was putting his shoes at a proper place. When he was completing these things, eating, he was used to wash his plate and keeping. We became very surprised where from his learning. And I went to the Tadika and got the information how you people are giving the training to these small babies, having more ethics. If usually we don't do these things in at our home. I keep my shoes, just remove my shoes and throw it. But my 2 year baby is keeping it in a proper way. And this is the ethics we learn from the beginning. So when using the technology, definitely ethics plays an important role, because as we say that we use the we become the good if we learn this ethics, professional ethics. One is the social ethics that will help us to learn effectively in society. We think good for others. We don't try to bother others. We try to work for myself and for other people. But when we talk about the professional ethics, we have to set our norms and policies and some checklists that what is allowed and what is not allowed, what our boundaries, what our limitation. So when using the technology like the AI or automation, definitely again ethics are there. Sometime if I say that we are writing a research paper and getting the help from the AI, and ethics is that AI is not generating these things for me, not I mean, it is getting things for me, combining things for me. What is the resource? Maybe the resource is the book written by Amira, but and that book, that resource available already available in that big data, and on my request AI is developing that report for me and providing me. Now what I will do? I will claim that that is my data. I am presenting, I am publishing. No. Ethics is that what is the source? Where from that AI is got this? I will claim though this is in my personal paragraph, and I have asked the AI that write this paragraph uniquely, write in a unique way. It will again reproduce it. I will so now it is not taken from it well. Again it is other person. How to means justify again? Very good question, and it needs a lot of debate to talk about these ethics, like professional ethics. So again, I how I can justify that this paragraph is my it's written by me, and I'm going to publish it. Even that knowledge, information about any particular, suppose automation and control, provided by the AI, generated from the big data, and that data is originally taken from the database of Amira. So this there is a big question and need a lot of debate. How I can justify that ethics to claim that either it is me or not. So I think then a lot of protocols are being designed and to see that to check that ethics and that claims that inventor or author or can other person can claim the things. So there is a still gap, and people are working on that ethics, that how to rely and claim the things by own. Thank you. I think you have got my answer.
Yes, I think we all get the message from from your answer, Professor.
Hmm.
So moving on to the next questions from Ami Zuhaira. She asks about how can individuals acquire the necessary skills and knowledge to thrive in a society 5.0 environment.
Uh, Amira, Amini, thank you for a very good question. Actually, uh, many years ago, when we were hunting for our food, we were not processing it. We were just hunting and eating the that flesh and eating some vegetables, grains without any cook. With respect to time and requirement, knowledge was coming, awareness was on the way. We were improving. Similarly, before the birth of this mobile, we were using just Hello Mobile, and but nowadays every person having the less education, but still using all the applications, because only the applications, knowledge of using these things is easy, is very easy to use these things easy. To drive a very modern car is again not a problem now. Previously we have had geared car in which we have the gear, but now we have automatic car. We are used by only using the our one foot to control our car and looking at the rules of traffic. But when you are means using these things, you get the information from the service provider. That how I can use it. Please read the book, or get the training of it of that, or just have a demo of for utilizing that technology. If we are user, if we are user, then we get how to operate it, how to make juice, how I can use this juicer for making a wonderful juice, a mango juice. So then, similarly, if there means that training or knowledge to acquire of using the things and developing the things. If you are becoming want to be a user, then definitely there is a guideline and short training, a demo, a video, and many things like that. But if you are a user of the technology, the developer technology, then it's beginning from it start from the institutions. The Sustainable Development Goals are SDGs. Yeah, OB education now. We were very not very well known about these OB. Since the last a few years, we have become habitual. When I was in Malaysia doing my PhD, the OB was there, but we were not means it was not attractive to us because We were not well known about that. And what is hobby? What is that? We are doing great things conventionally. These are very good. But now, when I have understood after 4 years working on it, that what is the actual concept and behind the philosophy of hobby, it is really wonderful thing. It is really wonderful thing, because with respect to time, I try to learn. I got the training. I study that hobby, and now I am implementing that hobby in my academic procedure, in the teaching and in the learning. I am all every day I am giving training to the students in classroom, and training my teachers how to give the now teach the students. Conventionally, it is not required. So when you are going to get the knowledge about developing knowledge, you have to go for the proper education. If you are a user, then definitely when we buy the new thing, we get the information, we use it, we get it, we get the skills, experience and skills, and become the master. So there is a proper way to go, and if anybody would like to choose the area of that area, means the society 5.0, have to not completely society 5.0, have to work on one component, because we cannot be the antibiotic, like antibiotic medicine can work for all. We had to work on one area, either become an IoT specialist, become AI specialist, become the wireless data expert, become the network expert, become the security expert in the cyber security, after getting the proper education. Or sometimes we have design courses like the Cisco is a very all service provider, equipment provider in the world. That is the router, switches, hub, everything being provided. We get the online certification like Cisco certification, network certification, A, B, C, D, various certifications are there. So definitely you can search on the Google that a lot of teachers, trainers, and institutions are offering the short courses regarding the usage of the application, and the training on the developing the AI based systems, programs, and models. Thank you.
Okay, with the last questions, we have reached the end of our Q&A sessions. Thank you very much, Professor Abdul Sattar, for your valuable answers, and thank you for the active participants from the viewers. So, ladies and gentlemen, we have now come to the end of our event. Thank you to Professor Abdul Sattar for taking the time out of your busy schedule to participate as our honorable speaker for such a very meaningful talk. Once more, thank you all for participating in our seminar. Before parting ways, I would like to invite Professor Abdul Sattar, alongside with our director of the program, to give full cooperation for a photography session as our Martech team will take over the session. Please stand. All right. Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you. Terima kasih.
Very much, Dr. Sattar.
Thank you, Professor.
Welcome.